Have you ever kept saying, "I'll do it tomorrow," and then tomorrow never came? Meet Jake. A boy who lost a golden opportunity. Quite literally. He was given a magic stone that could turn iron into gold. But because of his laziness, he couldn't make even a single piece of gold. What happened next will open your eyes to how procrastination silently steals your success. Stay till the end, because this simple story will change how you see time. Forever. Once upon a time, in a quiet little village far away from the noise of the city, lived a boy named Jake. Jake was an ordinary boy with a loving family. His parents, his little brother, and his wise old grandfather. Jake's grandfather was respected by everyone in the village. People came from nearby towns just to seek his advice. He was known not only for his wisdom but also for his kindness. But Jake was nothing like his grandfather. He had one big problem: laziness. Jake always postponed things. If his mother asked him to bring water, he'd say, "I'll do it later." If his father asked him to help in the fields, Jake would reply, "I'll do it tomorrow." But that tomorrow never came. As days passed, his undone tasks piled up like a mountain. And every night Jake would feel regret. But only for a moment. By the next morning, everything was the same again. At school, his teachers tried to motivate him. His friends worked hard, learned new things, and moved ahead. But Jake kept falling behind. His father often scolded him, "Jake, if you keep being lazy, you'll never achieve anything in life." But Jake just smiled and said, "Don't worry, Dad. I'll change soon." That soon never came. One day his father felt helpless. So he went to Jake's grandfather and said, "Father, please do something. Jake isn't listening to anyone. He's wasting his life away." The wise old man nodded slowly. He had been observing Jake for a long time. He knew it was time to teach him a lesson he would never forget. That night, Grandpa sat quietly, thinking deeply. How can I make this boy understand the value of time? He wondered. And then suddenly a brilliant idea struck him. The next morning he called Jake. "Jake, come here. I want to give you something special." Jake came running, curious. Grandpa took out a small black stone from his pocket and said, "Jake, this is not an ordinary stone. It's a magic stone. If you rub it on iron, that iron will turn into pure gold." Jake's eyes widened. "Gold? Really, Grandpa?" Grandpa smiled. "Yes. You can become as rich as you want. But remember one thing. I will be leaving the village for one day. Tomorrow evening I'll come back and take the stone from you. So you only have one day to use it." Jake couldn't believe his luck. He held the stone carefully and said, "Thank you, Grandpa. Don't worry, I'll make the best use of it." Grandpa nodded and left. As soon as Grandpa left, Jake looked at the stone again and again. He imagined piles of gold coins in front of him. He thought, "I'll buy new clothes, a big house, maybe even a horse." He felt like the richest person in the world. Then he thought, "I'll go to the market tomorrow morning and buy some iron. I have plenty of time." It was evening by then, so Jake said to himself, "Let me eat and sleep early tonight. Tomorrow I'll start turning everything into gold." He slept peacefully, dreaming of gold, luxury, and fame. The next morning came. Jake woke up lazily, stretched his arms, and said, "There's still plenty of time until evening." He had breakfast, then sat outside for a bit, enjoying the sunlight. After a while he thought, "I'll go to the market in a few minutes." But then his eyes felt heavy. He yawned and said, "Maybe I'll just rest for a little while." And guess what? He fell asleep again. Hours passed. When Jake finally woke up, the sun was already setting. He jumped from his bed and shouted, "Oh no! I wasted the whole day." He ran toward the door, ready to rush to the market. But just as he opened it, his grandfather was standing there. Grandpa looked at him kindly and said, "Jake, your time is over." Jake froze. "Grandpa, please. Just a little more time. I'll go right now. I'll make gold." But Grandpa shook his head. "No, Jake. You had 24 hours. A whole day. You could have done it any time. But you wasted it all believing you had time. This is what happens to lazy people. They think they have tomorrow. But when tomorrow comes, it's too late." Jake stood silently. Tears filled his eyes. He realized he had lost the greatest chance of his life. Not because he wasn't smart but because he was lazy. Grandpa placed a hand on his shoulder and said softly, "Jake, this stone was never magic. The real magic was time. Those who respect it succeed. Those who waste it lose everything." Jake lowered his head and said, "Grandpa, I understand now. I'll never waste my time again." From that day on, Jake changed completely. He woke up early, helped his father, studied hard, and worked with focus. Slowly he started improving, and this time he didn't stop. People in the village noticed the change. The once lazy boy had now become responsible and disciplined. His grandfather smiled proudly. The lesson had worked. In this story, Jake had more than 24 hours. Yet he couldn't complete a simple task that would have taken just 30 minutes. That's exactly how many of us live our lives. We say, "I'll start tomorrow. I'll do it later." But that later never comes. The truth is, time doesn't wait for anyone. Every second you waste is a chance you'll never get back. So if there's something you want to do, start now. Even if it's just for 2 minutes. That small step will carry you forward. Because people who respect time grow with time. And those who waste it, lose everything. If you felt this story taught you something valuable, please like this video, share it with someone who needs this reminder. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The Timeless Words, for more inspiring stories. Until next time, be patient, be thankful, and keep moving forward.